Hi guys, what's up? My name is Lexi Powell and I'm from Rancho Cucamonga, California. I'm with Naturally Fit Agency and today I'm going to take you through my 5 favorite Pilates exercises. Pilates for me has always been a foundational practice. I received my first certificate in Pilates through Stop Pilates, and then I continued for the past decade to cultivate and grow that practice. Now every form of movement that I do, I find a root in Pilates. I have my degree in kinesiology, and even while I was learning that, what I took away from it was the importance of these 5 basic principles of alignment, pretty much the importance of everything that Pilates is founded on. Let's go ahead and give these exercises a go. The first exercise I want to do is our breathing exercise into our half roll back. So we're going to start with our feet in this tabletop or mountain position, I like to call it. Sitting up nice and tall, and your arms are going to come out in front of you. Now with Pilates, breathing is super important. And for us, we breathe in through the nose and out through a pursed lip like you're blowing out a candle. All right? We're going to use this first exercise to help teach us that breathing pattern. So let's start rounded over, and we're just going to start by taking a deep breath in through the nose, expanding into the bottom of the lungs. And then as you exhale, feel your core engage. Feel how that breath challenges your deepest layer of abs to fire. Let's do that again. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, draw that belly in and feel your transverse abdominis engage. We're going to move on this next one. So you take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, start to tilt that pelvis to roll back just to like the top of your pant tag. Right? Not very far. We're just going till we start to feel that deep core muscle fire up. Right? Inhale here, and then as you exhale, we're going to use that breath to round us back to our start position. So moving through this, we can see that there's a lot that goes into this movement pattern, right? As you inhale to prepare, you're setting yourself up for the next step. As you exhale, scoop and engage your lower glutes and pull that belly button in. So it becomes this ab exercise as well. As you exhale to return yourself back, we're thinking of the ribs drawing towards the belly button to really find that full scoop, that full articulation of the spine. Let's go for 4 more. Inhale back, exhale, round it forward, keeping those feet grounded and really paying attention to what's going on with that lower half. And exhale, bring it up for 3. We've got 2 more, still sticking with that breath. And exhale. And on your last one, let's take it back and relax those shoulders. Exhale, bring it all the way forward. And then we're going to finish by stacking up nice and tall on that inhale, returning to our start position. Moving on to our hundreds, we're going to start to apply that breath in a long form movement pattern. Coming all the way down onto your back, we're going to find our imprint position. Now your pelvis is connected to your core, which is connected to your rib cage, which is connected to your entire body. So it's very important that we're aware of what's happening at that lower half of the body, even when we're doing something like an ab exercise. So the first thing we're going to do is find our imprint. That means that this little space underneath your lower back is going to disappear. My favorite way, bring your pinky finger or your ring finger to your hip bones, your thumb to your rib cage, and just try to draw the two together using your core muscles and not your butt. All right? Now from here, we're going to bring our legs to our tabletop position, floating them up towards the sky. Re-engage those abs. Hands are going to come down by your side, and then we're going to get a head nod, bringing our chin towards our chest. Then use your breath and your abdominal muscles to bring yourself up to the 100 start position. Let's take an inhale to begin, and then as you exhale, you're going to breathe out for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Now you'll notice that I'm moving my arms up and down. This creates a little bit more challenge for us, right? So as you're doing this, we start to connect the coordination element of Pilates as well. Inhaling for 5 and exhale. See if you can flex up using the strength of that exhale to help you engage your deep ab muscles. We've got
Just 2 more. We're just gonna do 80 this time, but it's called the 100 because normally you go to 100. Inhale, and then as you exhale, see if you can take some of that tension out of your head and neck, again, by flexing up a little more. One more time. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it, flex up a little higher, and go ahead and lower all the way down. You can hug those knees in just to give yourself a moment. From here, we're going to go into our teaser. Now, teaser is a super fun, super challenging way to really get into the core. And it's one of those Pilates exercises that almost doesn't feel like Pilates because it's so challenging. But we want to keep our Pilates principles in mind of using your breath, engaging your transverse, relaxing the shoulders, and moving and being aware of your head placement, head and shoulder placement, to make sure that we're finding the right level that we should be taking this teaser at. We're gonna start with your beginner or essential level. Feet are down on the floor, knees are hugging together in this mountain pose, and we're gonna come all the way down to the ground. Hands come overhead, and we're gonna use our core breath alignment to pull us up to a seated position. On an inhale, I'm gonna nod my chin towards my chest, start to reach my hands. As I exhale, I use that breath to start to round me up off the floor. I'm not gonna come all the way up, just to the back of my sit bones. Then I'm gonna inhale, reach my arms up towards the sky to find this teaser position. Then from there, I can bring my hands back down as I start to melt it down on my exhale, continuing to articulate my spine all the way to the floor until those arms go overhead. So let's keep going. We're gonna inhale, reach up, exhale, peel yourself up. And again, I'm thinking of grounding down through this lower half. Option to keep your hands up by your ears if you wanna give yourself a little bit more challenge, right? You have to really find, again, what level works for you. Now, if you wanna add on, you can always extend the legs, and this is where we start to get fun with the teaser. You're gonna inhale, nod that chin towards your chest. As you're doing this, you're going to bend your knees in at the same time. Then we get to this next position. From here, you're gonna exhale to extend those legs so we can hit that full teaser pose. Inhale, arms come up, feet come down, and then we're gonna slowly guide ourselves back down, remembering that in Pilates, slow is better because it really lets you challenge the work. Let's go again. Inhale, take it up, bring it in, bring those legs up, arms come up, find your full teaser, and then bend it to melt it all the way down, extend those legs. Now, if you really want some more, you can start to add in that full leg extension, bringing it up and in, and then as you lower down, you take those legs with you. Lots of different variations on how we can challenge ourselves. Inhale, arms up, take the full leg extension with you, right? And then lowering back down. But the whole time I'm thinking of my breath, I'm thinking of my rib cage placement, right? I don't want to get to here because obviously it's going to pull me forward, but also I lose that connection to my core, right? And I want to also make sure that I'm not starting to collapse into my lower back as well and getting this kind of downward movement, right? Everything is lifted and long, and lower it all the way back down. Awesome. So from our teaser, we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna go into a back extension exercise. This one is called swimming. I'll show you the prep first, and then we'll go into the full exercise. The prep I really enjoy because it teaches us about the rotation and the anti-rotational benefits of your transverse. Sometimes we wanna rotate, sometimes we wanna keep this all moving as a unit, like say if you're throwing a ball or something, right? As opposed to just kind of reaching behind you and grabbing something. So having that awareness of what's going on as you move is super, super critical to any healthy mover. For our swimming prep, we're gonna start with our hands in line with our shoulders, wrists in line with the shoulders, and your knees in line with your hips. Find your imprint or your neutral position, so not dropped, not arched, but a nice long spine. And then we're gonna pay attention to our shoulder girdle, right? Because it's really easy to sink down, but you wanna push into those arms and get what we call a protraction to make sure that that arm and socket joint is sitting in the right spot so you can keep your body healthy mechanically. Right arm is going to reach out, left leg is going to reach back for as far as you can, and then you're gonna reach so far out that you have to lift your arm and leg. And then exhale, bring it back down. Same thing on the other side. You're going to extend out so far that you have to lift. And while we do this, we keep lengthening to make sure we don't drop, right? We keep all of this engaged and lower down. The other thing that I was talking about was that rotation, right? We don't want to reach out and get this kind of funky rotation thing happening. You want to reach long and focus on keeping that length from the crown of the head out through the sit bones the entire time. Let's go ahead. I'm going to show you the next variation, which would be swimming on your belly. So coming down to the floor, same exercise, same muscle groups. It's just a little bit more challenging, so you have to be more aware of your breath and of your body. Arms come out overhead. They're still reaching long. My toes are still reaching out and away, and I'm still finding that neutral spine, right? Keeping my core nice and engaged. For this one, think of pushing your pubic bone down into the floor and then pulling your rib cage forward and up to really find that length. Then from there, we float arms and legs, right arm, left leg lifts, and then the opposite. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, just reaching away, using that same Pilates breath out through the mouth, in through the nose. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, see if you can lift a little higher, and lower it all the way down. Go ahead, push back into a shell stretch just so we can counter that extension and find a little more space in the spine. From here, we're gonna come to standing position, and we're gonna finish with our Pilates push-up. The Pilates push-up, you can do this in segments. You can fragment it down to 2 push-ups, 3 push-ups. We're gonna go for all 8 push-ups in one set. But what I really love about the Pilates push-up is the start with the roll down. So finding your feet right underneath your hips, maybe bending into those knees, tucking and extending the pelvis a couple times to find your neutral, lifting and lowering the rib cage. We find this nice long line, our plumb line. And then from there, we're going to nod that, or inhale to grow tall, and then exhale, nod that chin towards your chest. Start to roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. And it's like you have a wall behind you and you're rolling away from the wall. So really milk this movement and let it feel good. Coming all the way down to the floor, we're gonna walk ourselves out to our push-up position. Shoulders are over your wrists, drawing that belly in. Now we're gonna lower down on our exhale. So inhale to prepare, engage your core, exhale, lower down, and then use that breath, inhale, prepare, exhale, push it back up. If you don't want to have those intermediate breaths, we're just going to inhale on the way down and exhale to push it back up. Let's go ahead and make that a 3 count lower down. 3, 2, 1, and then add a little power to press it back up. Now, if this isn't working, you can always set those knees down, right? And do the same thing. Inhale, 2, 1, and exhale. The main point is that you find where you can keep your control, right? If I'm coming here and then I'm losing and dropping into my shoulders, or up here and I'm dropping into my shoulders, it's not really benefiting me. So I want to make sure that whichever version I choose allows me to get the most out of this exercise. So whether I'm on my knees or I'm up on my feet and I'm still keeping that shoulder protraction happening, keeping my core engaged, reaching energy out through my head, out through my toes, and I'm breathing. After we've done all 8 of those push-ups, you're gonna walk yourself back to your feet, bend into those knees, and slowly roll yourself up, engaging the back of your legs, using your engaging into your mid-back, shoulders roll together, and crown of the head comes up to the sky. It's a nice little workout, isn't it? All right, guys, thank you so much. My name is Lexi again, and I'm with Naturally Fit Agency, and I hope you enjoyed my 5 favorite Pilates exercises.